The Academy Awards red carpet is the ultimate stage for high-fashion storytelling, and while trends come and go, nothing commands the spotlight quite like a black dress. From the sculptural avant-garde to the romanticism of vintage couture, the right black dress can transform an actress into a permanent fixture of pop culture history. In this list, we're counting down the top 15 most iconic black dresses to ever grace the Dolby Theatre. These aren't just outfits. They are moments that redefined red carpet fashion, broke the internet before viral was a word, and proved that even after nearly a century of Oscars, the black dress remains the undisputed queen of the night. Reese Witherspoon, 2002. For her memorable 2002 Academy Awards debut, Reese Witherspoon stepped onto the red carpet in a custom black lace Valentino gown that perfectly captured a vintage old Hollywood flapper aesthetic. Attending as a presenter, she chose a sable-colored silhouette defined by delicate black lace and a romantic scalloped neckline. The entire bodice and skirt were adorned with intricate beading and crystal embellishments, giving the fabric a shimmering, multidimensional texture that felt both classic and high fashion. The gown featured delicate lace cap sleeves, which Reese paired with a 1920s-inspired pin-curled bob to lean fully into the flapper girl look. To complete the styling, she opted for a bold classic red lip and soft glowing makeup that contrasted beautifully against the dark lace. She accessorized with diamond-shaped earrings to catch the camera flashes and carried a vintage-style handbag, grounding the look in timeless glamour. Decades later, this ensemble remains one of the most celebrated examples of effortless, retro-inspired elegance in Oscar history. Beyoncé, 2005. At the 2005 Academy Awards, Beyoncé made a high-glamour debut that signaled her transition from pop star to a sophisticated Hollywood powerhouse. For her first Oscars red carpet, she chose a vintage Atelier Versace gown crafted from luxurious plush black velvet. The strapless mermaid-style dress was a masterclass in elegant simplicity, featuring a sweetheart neckline and a corseted waist that perfectly accentuated her silhouette. A subtle, gathered texture at the bust and a short, graceful train added just enough detail to the monochromatic look, allowing her radiant presence to take center stage. To elevate the plush velvet, Beyoncé leaned into serious sparkle with high-glamour jewelry by Lorraine Schwartz, including dramatic diamond chandelier earrings and a matching statement bracelet. Her hair was styled in a classic 2005-era bouffant, swept back to keep the focus on her face and those jaw-dropping diamonds. This more mature fashion moment was widely praised as a departure from her earlier, more colorful red carpet choices, proving that even the simplest black dress can be the most stylish moment of the night. It remains a definitive look in her style evolution, perfectly blending modern star power with timeless old Hollywood allure. Reese Witherspoon, 2011. At the 2011 Academy Awards, Reese Witherspoon channeled a high-energy, mod elegance that critics famously dubbed her vintage Barbie look. For her appearance as a presenter, she chose a custom Giorgio Armani Privé evening gown in a striking black and white palette. The strapless, form-fitting silhouette was defined by a prominent white silk band at the neckline, which created a sharp, graphic contrast against the deep black fabric. The dress featured a clean, all-American cut and a subtle, graceful train, drawing frequent comparisons to the iconic vintage Valentino gown worn by Julia Roberts a decade earlier. To lean into the retro glamour, Reese paired the gown with approximately $1 million worth of Neil Lane jewelry. The standout pieces were massive 35-carat emerald and diamond dangling earrings that added a vibrant pop of green to the monochromatic ensemble. Her beauty look was just as intentional. Featuring a high-volume retro updo ponytail, she rounded out the look with classic black winged eyeliner for a cat eye effect and a soft, neutral lip, perfectly balancing her playful, legally blonde-inspired roots with a sophisticated A-list maturity. Jessica Chastain, 2012. For her first Academy Award nomination in 2012, Jessica Chastain delivered one of the most celebrated fashion moments in Oscar history with a custom Alexander McQueen gown. Designed by Sarah Burton, the black and gold strapless creation was a masterpiece of artisanal craftsmanship. The silk organza dress featured a structured, boned internal bustier and a sweetheart neckline, but the true focal point was the breathtaking 3D gold bullion and metal thread embroidery. These intricate floral and scrollwork patterns were meticulously hand-drawn directly onto the toile by Burton during the fitting process, ensuring the heavy metallic work perfectly complemented Jessica's frame. The gown's silhouette was both regal and modern, featuring a slightly flared peplum waist that transitioned into a tiered, ruffled skirt with a subtle, elegant train. To balance the larger-than-life ornate embroidery, Jessica accessorized with approximately $20 million worth of Harry Winston jewels, including yellow diamond earrings that mirrored the warmth of the gold thread. Her beauty look remained romantic and soft, with her signature red hair styled in half-up waves and a classic cat eye liner that kept the overall aesthetic polished. Widely hailed as the best-dressed look of the night, this gown cemented Jessica's status as a high-fashion powerhouse on the global stage. Angelina Jolie, 2012. At the 2012 Academy Awards, Angelina Jolie delivered one of the most viral fashion moments in history with a custom-made black velvet atelier Versace gown. The dress was a masterclass in sculptural design, featuring a dramatic ruffled neckline, an asymmetrical bodice, and a wraparound belt that cinched her waist. However, it was the gown's daring thigh-high side slit that stole the show. Angelina's choice to repeatedly emphasize the slit with an exaggerated leg pop pose on the red carpet and while presenting on stage immediately became a global sensation. The moment was so impactful it birthed the leg meme, with the parody Twitter account at Angie's Right Leg gaining over 14,000 followers overnight. The cultural ripple effect continued during the ceremony. When Jolie presented the Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay, winner Jim Rash playfully mimicked her iconic stance during his acceptance speech, a move he later clarified was an homage to her owning the dress. To complement the heavy velvet and bold silhouette, Angelina kept her styling classic and powerful. She wore her hair in voluminous tousled waves and opted for her signature bold red lip. She accessorized with Neil Lane jewelry, a Jamie Mascaro clutch, and Salvatore Ferragamo peep-toe platform heels. Charlize Theron, 2014. At the 2014 Academy Awards, Charlize Theron personified high-fashion drama in a striking black Christian Dior haute couture gown. The mermaid-style silhouette was a masterclass in structural elegance, featuring a sleek satin duchess bodice that flowed into a voluminous flared skirt. The gown's most arresting feature was its exaggerated plunging sweetheart neckline, held in place by unique sheer illusion straps that created a floating effect, giving the look a modern, ethereal edge. The craftsmanship of the Dior piece was evident in the skirt's intricate details, which were composed of pleated organza flounces that transitioned into a tiered hem and a sweeping dramatic train. To elevate the monochromatic ensemble, Charlize wore a staggering $15 million worth of Harry Winston diamonds. The focal point was a 31-carat, flawless emerald-cut diamond pendant, paired with inverted diamond cluster earrings that caught every flash of the paparazzi. To keep the focus on the architectural lines of the gown and the brilliance of her jewelry, Charlize maintained her signature platinum blonde pixie cut, styled in a sleek, side-swept look. Her makeup followed a minimalist, neutral palette, proving that when a silhouette is this powerful, simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication. This appearance remains a definitive entry in the history of the little black dress, reimagined for the world's most prestigious stage. Kate Winslet, 2016. At the 2016 Academy Awards, Kate Winslet brought a high-shine, liquid elegance to the red carpet in a custom Ralph Lauren gown. Attending as a Best Supporting Actress nominee for her role in Steve Jobs, she collaborated closely with the designer to create a look she described as sleek and chic. The strapless column dress was crafted from black silk lame, a unique fabric that gave the garment a high-shine, molten finish that shimmered brilliantly under the paparazzi flashes. The gown's silhouette was a masterclass in structured tailoring, featuring a simple strapless neckline and a subtle, elegant train that emphasized her curves without the need for heavy embellishment. Beyond the fashion itself, Kate's appearance became one of the night's most viral moments when she famously walked the red carpet with her Titanic co-star, Leonardo DiCaprio. By keeping her styling minimal, with soft, beachy waves and classic jewelry, Kate ensured the focus remained on the dress's striking, light-reflecting texture, proving that a sleek and chic approach can be just as impactful as the most ornate couture. Jennifer Aniston, 2017. At the 2017 Academy Awards, Jennifer Aniston brought her signature California sleek aesthetic to the height of red carpet glamour in a custom Atelier Versace gown. The floor-length, form-fitting dress was a showstopper, featuring thousands of hand-sewn black sequins that created an intricately beaded, reflective texture. The design was defined by a plunging V neckline and a dramatic thigh-high slit, though Jennifer added a personal touch of sophistication by incorporating a subtle sheer panel at the neckline for a more tailored, modest finish. The gown gained extra media buzz for its twin moment, as Jennifer Lopez had famously performed in the same Versace silhouette just months prior. However, Aniston elevated the look to record-breaking heights with her accessories, wearing over $10.7 million worth of Lorraine Schwartz diamonds. This included a pair of jaw-dropping 100-carat emerald-cut diamond drop earrings valued at $9.5 million and a 20-carat Golconda diamond ring. To balance the high-octane sparkle of the sequins and jewels, Jennifer stayed true to her effortless beauty roots. Her hair was styled in a classic pin-straight center-parted blowout, while her makeup by Robin Siegel focused on a fresh-faced, bronzed glow using Giorgio Armani products. Natalie Portman, 2020. At the 2020 Academy Awards, Natalie Portman transformed the red carpet into a platform for powerful advocacy with a custom Dior haute couture ensemble. Designed by Maria Grazia Chiuri, the look was a masterclass in detail, consisting of a black bodysuit layered under a sheer gold leaf embroidered overlay, cinched at the waist with a delicate gold rope. However, the true centerpiece was the floor-length black wool cape with gold-braided trim that she draped over her shoulders, a piece that required over 280 hours of labor to complete. The most significant detail was hidden in plain sight. Stitched into the cape's lapel in elegant gold cursive were the names of 8 female directors who had been overlooked for a Best Director nomination that year. By featuring names like Greta Gerwig, Lulu Wang, and Lorene Scafaria, Natalie used her subtle way to recognize the women whose incredible work went unacknowledged by the Academy. The entire look took over 800 hours to craft, embodying a perfect intersection of high fashion and social commentary. To keep the focus on the cape's message and the gown's intricate embroidery, Natalie opted for a breezy, honey-highlighted chin-length bob and minimal accessories, including small gold hoop earrings and a single statement ring. Lady Gaga, 2019. At the 2019 Academy Awards, Lady Gaga delivered a masterclass in modern movie star glamour with a custom black Alexander McQueen gown designed by Sarah Burton. The strapless floor-length ball gown was a departure from traditional flowing silhouettes, instead featuring avant-garde padded hips that created a sharp, sculptural shape. Crafted from heavy black silk felle, the dress possessed a structured, editorial quality that felt both quintessentially McQueen and perfectly suited for an Oscar-nominated leading lady. Gaga accessorized with matching black above-the-elbow leather gloves and custom 7-inch Giuseppe Zanotti booties hidden beneath the train. However, the true focal point was the legendary 12854-carat Tiffany yellow diamond. Discovered in 1877, the cushion-cut stone, featuring a unique 82 facets, had only been worn publicly by 3 women in history, including Audrey Hepburn for her 1961 breakfast at Tiffany's publicity photos. Her makeup featured a subtle pop of blue-gray eyeliner to complement the cool tones of the platinum hair, while the rest of the palette was kept neutral and luminous, winning the Oscar for Best Original Song. Later that night for Shallow, Gaga's ensemble remains one of the most powerful and storied black dress moments in the history of the Academy Awards. Maitreyi Ramakrishnan, 2024. For her highly anticipated Academy Awards debut in 2024, Never Have I Ever star, Maitreyi Ramakrishnan delivered a masterclass in high-contrast glamour. She stepped onto the red carpet in a stunning floor-length princess gown from the Zuhair Murad Spring-Summer 2024 ready-to-wear collection, a look that perfectly balanced youthful energy with sophisticated couture. The structured piece featured a striking black and white color scheme, anchored by a bold, white ruched bodice and a scooped neckline overlay that provided a sharp, graphic pop against the dark skirt. While the gown was a triumph of classic silhouette, the specific design details gave it a modern, daring edge. The voluminous A-line skirt featured a dramatic thigh-high slit and was anchored by a massive structural black bow at the waist, adding a sense of architectural drama to her first Oscars appearance. Her makeup followed a soft glam approach, featuring a subtly smoky eye and neutral glowy skin that kept the focus on the gown's bold contrast. Widely praised by fashion critics for its modern classic appeal, Maitreyi's debut proved she is a burgeoning style icon to watch on the global stage. Margot Robbie, 2024. At the 2024 Academy Awards, Margot Robbie signaled a sophisticated end to her global Barbie phenomenon by trading her signature vibrant pinks for a custom Versace chainmail gown. Styled by Andrew Mukamal, the shimmering black column dress marked a dramatic departure from her previous press tour wardrobe, featuring a structured corset and an elegant rounded arched neckline. The fabric, a heavy metallic mesh from the Versace Fall/Winter 2024 collection, possessed a liquid-like quality that some fans and critics poetically interpreted as a funeral outfit to signify the close of the record-breaking Barbie era. While the gown was a triumph of minimalist design, the specific structural details gave it a high-fashion editorial edge. The silhouette was defined by intricate gathering and ruching at the hips, creating a multidimensional texture that shimmered under the red carpet lights. To balance the dark, shimmering gown, her beauty look leaned into a warm, lived-in aesthetic. Her hair was styled by Bryce Scarlett in slightly tousled waves, providing a relaxed contrast to the structured corset. Makeup artist Patti Dubroff used a palette of warm, neutral tones, highlighted by a sophisticated espresso-toned lipstick that complemented the deep black of the Versace piece. Teyana Taylor, 2026. At the 2026 Academy Awards, Best Supporting Actress nominee Teyana Taylor delivered a masterclass in high-drama artistry with a custom Chanel by Matthieu Blazy gown. The one-of-a-kind creation was a meticulous study in texture, featuring a form-fitting sheer mesh bodice with delicate spaghetti straps and a modern square neckline. The torso was intricately traced with crystal streaks and hand-embroidered with glass pearls and crystals, creating a shimmering, multidimensional effect that felt both avant-garde and deeply sophisticated for her major career milestone. While the gown was a triumph of couture craftsmanship, it was the explosive detail of the lower silhouette that stole the show. The mermaid-style skirt transitioned from sheer chiffon into voluminous layers of black and white feathers that cascaded into a dramatic, sweeping train. Hidden within this sea of texture was a touching, sentimental tribute, white cursive stitching spelling out Junie and Rue, the names of her two daughters. To elevate the monochrome look, Teyana paired the gown with approximately 60 carats of Tiffany & Company diamonds, centered by a platinum necklace featuring a massive 18-carat diamond pendant. Anne Hathaway, 2026. At the 2026 Academy Awards, Anne Hathaway channeled a sophisticated noir romantic aesthetic in a custom Valentino haute couture mermaid gown from the Spring 2026 collection. The strapless midnight black velvet silhouette was a masterclass in structural elegance, featuring a dramatic floor-length train and a thick, oversized black belt that perfectly cinched her waist to emphasize an hourglass figure. The gown's most enchanting detail was the intricate cascading champagne pink floral embroidery, which many fans and critics interpreted as a playful meta-nod to her iconic role in The Devil Wears Prada and Miranda Priestley's legendary "Florals for Spring" quote. While the gown was a triumph of modern couture, the styling by Erin Walsh elevated it to an old Hollywood fever dream. Anne accessorized with sleek black opera-length velvet gloves and a staggering selection of Bulgari diamonds. As a global ambassador for the house, she debuted the neoclassical starlight necklace from the Eclectica High Jewelry collection, which featured a rare 8.02-carat pear-cut fancy vivid yellow diamond, surrounded by a constellation of over 35 carats of smaller diamonds. Her hair was styled in an elegant half updo with romantic curls, while her makeup featured a rosy blush and a glossy terracotta lip to mirror the subtle pink hues of the gown's embroidery. Rose Byrne, 2026. At the 2026 Academy Awards, Best Actress nominee Rose Byrne graced the red carpet in a masterclass of structural elegance with a custom Christian Dior haute couture gown. The strapless floor-length mermaid silhouette was a sophisticated adaptation of Look 35 from Jonathan Anderson's debut couture collection for the house, featuring a meticulously sculpted bodice and a flared trumpet skirt that pulled into a grand, elegant train. Crafted from deep black crepe by the Dior ateliers, the gown served as a dramatic canvas for the intricate artistry of Atelier Vermont, who provided the garment's most arresting feature, hand-stitched 3D floral appliques. While the gown was a triumph of architectural design, the delicate embroidery brought a sense of romanticism to the high-fashion look. The blooming beaded flowers and silver floral threadwork wound around the bodice and scattered gracefully down toward the hem in a palette of soft pastel and metallic silver hues. This blend of rigid structure and ethereal detail was elevated by her choice of jewelry, a statement taffin necklace. The sculptural collar featured a massive 16.54-carat Ashoka-cut cognac diamond, a rare desert diamond, whose warm, earthy tones provided a stunning counterpoint to the cool silver embroidery of the dress. Julia Roberts, 2001. This legendary 2001 appearance by Julia Roberts isn't just a red carpet moment. It is widely considered the gold standard for Academy Award fashion and consistently tops every best dressed of all time list in history. By choosing a vintage Valentino couture gown from 1992, Julia pioneered the archival fashion movement, proving that a dress doesn't have to be new to be the most modern thing in the room. The floor-length black column silhouette was a masterclass in graphic elegance, crafted from a dramatic combination of plush black velvet and sleek satin. Its defining feature was the striking white piping that ran down the front before splitting into a sharp Y shape at the bust, a design that famously earned the affectionate nickname, the skunk dress, from her young niece, Emma Roberts. The white straps weaved together in an intricate lattice-like pattern before leading into a fanned black tulle train accented with matching white stripes. Interestingly, the gown was a last-minute choice from Valentino's archives, originally modeled by Christy Turlington on the runway, and required high-pressure, last-minute tailoring just days before the ceremony to fit Julia's frame perfectly. Valentino himself later cited seeing Julia collect her Best Actress Oscar in this specific creation as the absolute pinnacle of his illustrious 45-year career. To balance the bold, linear lines of the dress, Julia opted for high-octane classic styling that cemented her America's sweetheart status. As the Oscars continue to evolve, the black dress remains the anchor of the red carpet. It is the ultimate symbol of a movie star moment, timeless, sophisticated, and undeniably powerful. Which of these iconic looks is your absolute favorite? Did we miss a black tie moment that lives rent-free in your head? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of high fashion and cinema.